Hello everyone, this is the Super Wig Maker, and today I'm making a video about another custom order. This time it's again a double order, but in this video I'm going to talk about the Wig Refurbish. I'm also going to make a frontal for the lady, that's why she sent a lot of hair, but this is going to be taking place in another time because now I'm kind of busy, so I'm doing the Wig Refurbish because it's super fast. And I have to tell a couple of things about the unit. Now let me just take out this little thing. This wig has very beautiful hair and it's very long. If you can see here, she has plucked off some hair strands in order to make a more believable parting. But the knotting is very, it's like a double split knots and it's very dense. The reason it's extremely dense is because she probably asked for it because she wanted it to be very thick. And she wasn't even satisfied with the volume and the body of the hair. So if you can see here, she just added like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more tracks to the full lace unit, and it has a stretchable part in the back, has a comb everywhere, the adjustable straps and everything, and I think she just sewed them in. Anyway, she uses this wig for a leave out as well, so she doesn't care about the front so much as much for the top. So what she requested me to do is to remove about 3 inches of lace, and she also said to make it a 3x3, but I told her that maybe it's not the best way to do it a 3x3, because if I put 3 inches here, for example, you can see that it's a very small area to make something different than the center parting. And what's the point of making it a 3x3? If you're gonna have it in the center only, then you might as well go ahead and have only 1 inch worth of good quality, just a parting line, so it's gonna be so much cheaper for you. So I told her, if you want this to be partable in other areas, it's better to make it a 5x3, but in the back it's not going to be 5 because it would be so much more expensive, and in the back it's going to be about 2 inches only, so it's going to be like that. Or let me just show you from the inside. It's going to be 5 inches, so in the front she will be able to make side partings, and then it's going to go like that. Okay, I'm gonna try to use the hair that there is on this part, and I'm gonna show you also in the back that there's a track here. See how not so dense they have ventilated, and still it looks so thick, just because they did double split knots. And double split knots, I have already explained that in another video. They just want the return is going that way and the tail going that way, so it fluffs up, and every knot is doing this thing, so you realize that it gives more volume. Still, it's not so thick. You can see that it's not extremely thick. She put a track here. Now the hair, I feel that this hair is super nice. She said that this is Indian hair and it's fine hair, super awesome quality, and the wefts that she sent me are also good quality. Also, I forgot to show you how thick this unit is. Look at how thick that is. It's about like 4 or 5 times the amount of hair that I have on my head, for real. Look at that. Not 5 times, but 4 times for sure. It's such a thick, but that's how she wants it. And she put these elastic bands. I think she did it by herself. She really customized this unit a lot. I just put this in this mannequin head. Show you how that looks. It looks quite good, and the fact that she did this thing on top does make it look slightly better, but she wanted this to have the ability to be parted elsewhere as well, elsewhere. So yeah, that's a pretty wig, I have to say, and the hair is very nice. So take a notice of how that looks right now, and I'm going to show you how I made it. So I just made the shape. This is how it's gonna be, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna leave enough lace in the surrounding area in order to stitch it, obviously, and then this is gonna be the front part. I'm gonna try to imitate the curves that she has on the wig, so I'm gonna have to attach it first and then cut the additional piece, the top piece. So I'm gonna see how I do that. So I just mounted it inside out on the mannequin head, and what I'm gonna do now is that I'm going to take some sewing needle pins, and since I have the shape like that, I'm gonna put it exactly where I see that it has to be. Okay, and I'm gonna pin it approximately so it won't move while I stitch it from the inside. One. Every time I'm putting a needle, I make sure that I didn't move it. So I'm gonna put one more here, just to make sure that it's just nice. Then I'm gonna put two more. I'm gonna have to, okay, I think this has to go down like that. Make it as stretched as possible. Not stretch, actually I want it to be straight, that's the correct term. So right now I think this is not. Come on. Okay, another pin right over here. And one more. Not good. Just fell down. I'm gonna have to make sure that I don't step on that. And one more right over here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take thread, and it's similar to the other thread that I'm having, and okay, let's just, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from here. I'm putting the needle slightly in. No, first of all, sorry, I have to remove it from this head because it's so difficult to work on that mannequin head because it has a lot of tension. Straight, okay, it's straight enough. So now that I have it here, I'm putting the needle inside. I'm making sure that I penetrate both the laces, but I don't put it too much inside because I don't want to grab any hair strands. Okay. So as you can see, I have stitched it several times, and this is what's gonna hold it in place. And it's a very good thing to do it like that, because in the future, if we want to refurbish it again, all we have to do is cut the stitchings here, and this is gonna just peel off very nicely. So what I'm gonna have to do now is find this line here. Yeah, I have to remove the braids, obviously. Part the hair right there and just snip very carefully around the parting that I'm gonna make, and then I'm gonna use this hair to refurbish the wig, to put hair here. And I'm sure that this is going to be enough, but if it's not enough, I still have a lot of hair from the bundles in there, and I'm going to see what I'm going to be using. As you can see, I have cut the top part, which is right over here. This is the amount that I cut, and of course I'm going to harvest the hair from here. And I didn't cut too close to the stitchings, so what I have to do now to avoid having this this flapping thing, I'm gonna go ahead and start stitching it in a circular motion, like put it out here and then put it there so as to keep it down. Okay, and this is gonna be a final stage of having it secure enough, because it's already secure. It already has a lot of stitchings in there. I don't want this to flap up like that, of course. And then the hairline, of course, I'm gonna have to, when I take the hair from this part, I forgot to do that, but it's not a problem. I'm gonna place it here and I'm gonna see exactly where she had the lining, because you can see that it's not a straight line, obviously. So I'm gonna have to place it over here and track the hairline. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. I just put the needle on top of the hair and then take it beneath the lace, and then I just put the thread like that so as to kind of knot it. I don't wrap it around too much because I don't need to. And then I keep doing this, and I do it so densely. The reason is that I want this to be super secure, and I don't want anything wrong to happen to that. Sometimes strands get... Okay, I'm so graceful right now. Look at me. I'm all over the place. And I will do the whole perimeter like that, obviously. And when I'm done with it, I will just ventilate and I'm gonna be done. This is one of the easy wig refurbishes because it's only the top part, not the front. It doesn't need a hairline. If it needed a hairline, it would take me like so much more time to do, because a whole front and top is like a frontal. So you realize that it's a real it's like a real order. This one is like a little bit of refurbishing. I think I'm gonna have to remove that. I don't need it anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna skip the rest of it because you already see what I did. You can see that there's no flapping anymore because it's all sewn down. I thought about, do I have to do it with a sewing machine as well, very carefully, but I don't think it's necessary, because what else? I mean, I already just stitched it nicely. If I have to, I'm gonna put more stitches in there, but I'm pretty sure that I won't have to. So right now, I'm just gonna be ventilating, and this is gonna be a thick density, not my thing. It's gonna practically, I will probably ventilate in every hole, and I'm gonna see how to do this, and then I'm gonna bleach the knots, obviously. As I promised, I will just harvest the hair from this wig, and it also gives me the chance to see the returns. For example, here, how much are they? As I can see, the returns are this long, which is about 3 to 4 inches or something. So they lay super flat, and I can see that. So I just mounted it on the mannequin head, but I put some white tape so as to have contrast, and it's a little tilted, to be honest, but it doesn't matter because I'm trying only to mount it here so as to ventilate it easily. So I just put a lot of pins everywhere to keep it tight, and I'm gonna ventilate now. So I just finished it, and this is the amount that I did, as you can see here, from here all the way up to here. It's not identical to what she used to have, like this, for example. It's almost identical. Anyway, it still doesn't have bleached knots, and I'm gonna zoom in for you. I also got a couple of very close-up photos to show you the difference, but this is a full high definition piece, and she requested a plus density. This is why I didn't skip any holes. Also, this hair is very fine in texture, so overall it doesn't look so bad. You can judge the hairline if you look at it. Sorry, let me just zoom out. You can judge the hairline if you watch it from the front. This is how it looks. So it doesn't look that, you know, if you look it from up, it looks thinner. That's why I always tell you that you have to look everything from the front in order to see exactly how it is. And of course, she's gonna have her hair underneath that. I had a little bit of spreading here, but I didn't really need that because this is not wefts, it's actually lace. And pretty much that's the refurbishing of this unit. She doesn't need a new hairline because She's wearing her own leave out, so she doesn't want to have a further hairline too much. So the bleach is over, and I have to say that this time I literally bleached just the tiny bit of the knot that was supposed to be bleached, and I have to say that I did an amazing job. It's a good one. And of course, as I always keep saying, this is against a very wide contrast, so it's a little bit more visible to see. And yeah, I didn't put it lined up anyway, it doesn't matter, don't judge it by that. I'm gonna have to take it out probably just to show you how it looks against my skin. So let me just remove it from the mannequin head and show. But before I do that, I'm gonna take a couple of sections just to show you how it looks. It's stuff that I have already done before. You can see that you don't have an extremely wide. She doesn't have extremely wide because this is what she requested. She actually requested a 3x3, but it would be like from here to here. Now it's a 5 by about 2, so it's diagonal. So if she wants to have a side parting, she's gonna have to have it tilted like that. So it's a little bit more, you know, tricky. I'll just show you. So it's like a deep side parting, but on the top it has to go towards the front, because if you take a strict side parting, you're gonna face, you know, the edge. But it's super nice. Just detangle that little mess over here. It's a pleasure to work with virgin hair. It's a pleasure to work with silky straight. It's a pleasure to work with really thin strands because they create a much smoother outcome, and also the back combing effect of the returns is minimal because the silky straight texture means that the scales of the hair are all closed and they are, you know, like still. So even when you back comb it, you don't really find so much resistance, and this is a very good thing to have whatsoever. So yeah, that's the other part. Pretty nice, I can say. And of course I'm gonna have to show you against my skin how it looks. So this is how it looks against my skin, and this is actually the edge, so you can see how this wig was done. You can't see much here. Now the mistake of her is, although she wanted a full wig and she wasn't even satisfied with the density, and she even put more tracks, is that you have to ask for a full density in the back and light density at least in the parting area. So let me just try to. There it is. Because it was braided so as to bleach it, so it has a little bit of a memory now, but once she takes it and styles it accordingly, it's gonna fall exactly where she wants it to fall. Visible, and I want to take a vertical. I don't know why they call it a vixen. That's how they call it, and I don't know why. And this is the magic of having full high definition first, and also this hair is so thin and so fine, so it created even a smoother ventilation pattern because the knots are tiny. You know, thinner hair, finer hair make all better bases. It's visible. And pretty much that's the same thing to everything else I have done so far. You can see that it's so much better now that it's bleached. Such a huge difference. And I just did my thing again. Nothing new here. This is exactly how I do it every time. If you're following me, you already know by now. So here's what I'm gonna send this wig to her now, and she, as I said in the previous when I started making the video, she wants a frontal as well, but it's in queue, which means that I have other orders first to finish. So she's gonna take this wig, which I did like in 2 days, and she's gonna have to wait for the other order.